Hi everyone, I'm Antonio. As in this video, I'd like to explain you some techniques on how to deal with prepositions in English. As a language learner, I remember that dealing with prepositions and remembering them was a complete nightmare. Have you ever found in this position? Compared to nouns, verbs, adjectives, and adverbs, prepositions are harder to categorize and even often more difficult to learn. This is because there isn't much logical order in the way prepositions are used in the English language. So memorization is an important part in learning them. Fortunately, this memorization technique I'm going to explain to you include a strategy that works. Firstly, you should prepare a Word document or a physical notebook in which you should divide the page into 9 parts, so the number of prepositions you are going to use, to classify. I included the most used, for example, at, about, against, for, from, on, to, with, into, in, over. So when you usually read some text, newspapers, books, whatever, you should be careful and try to pick the preposition. You can use an actual highlighter if possible on the written pages or a digital highlighter for e-books, e-text. Alternatively, you can jot down the preposition and where you can find it in the text. Then you should group prepositions together. So day by day, as you come across with new verbs, phrasal verbs, whatever expression, you should group them and put into the right square. For example, I come across to an expression like this: aim at doing something. So it should go into the square with the title at. If you encounter another expression with about, I am open-minded about, you should place this expression in the related square. So another suggestion I give to you is to insert additional information. So when you write down the expression, you should add not only the preposition, the expression with the preposition, but also it should be useful to put other additional terms. For example, the in form. In this case, aim at doing something. Verb plus ing, the gerund. It's very interesting. And then you should write down at least one example sentence that contains this new expression. For example, talking about the one I suggested, aim at doing something, we can use the new budget aims at providing extra support for the unemployed. Another phrase, example sentence, aim at somebody something. The new photo editing software is being aimed at mobile application developers. But we have to pay attention to transitive verbs. When we encounter transitive verbs, they don't want prepositions, so you should be keep up the guard. For example, the verb enter doesn't want the preposition. For example, all three companies have entered the race to develop a new system. Okay, moving to study and revise the new expression you are working on, you can use a similar technique that I explained to memorize vocabulary in the previous video, the advanced one. So firstly, you should increase your comprehension. So Google and search on the internet some example sentences with expression, the verb, whatever you are studying. Try to understand where different preposition is used for the same verb, the meaning and the context, because it is demonstrated that the more you understand the concept, the easier it is to remember it. Then listen to them. Use the Youglish website, like I have explained in the previous video, to listen to this expression from native speakers. So you can choose in this site what kind of pronunciation you can listen to: British, American and Australian. Okay, then you should invent sentences on your own using these verbs, these expressions. Write them in your notebook. Then you have to recall them. So weekly you should return to your notebook or document to recall them. You should pick 5 from a maximum of 10 of them and verify that you remember them, and you remember the expression and the example sentences. Finally, and you should practice. So you should invent other sentences of your own with the preposition to revise. You can also repeat aloud these sentences. Say the words as you are looking the word on your paper. You should revise this block of 5-10 words, expression, every week for at least 8 weeks. So practicing and again practice in order to develop your muscle memory. This way, when you come across one expression, you will remember easily what are the right prepositions that go together. And as you are looking at the words written on the paper or when you listen to them. So I thank you for watching the video. It was a pleasure, and make sure to smash the subscribe button if you haven't done before, and please remember to turn on the notification because we have some new content, new video published in next week. Bye.